So when I was in college, I worked at this dive bar. So every Friday and Saturday night, the plumber had to come out because apparently, I did not know this. As much as I try to act like I'm a thug, I don't know the happenings of cocaine. But apparently they cut cocaine with baby laxatives. So
oh my gosh.
every Friday and Saturday night, we'd have to call the plumber out because they would and then flush their underwear down. I'm just like, get better hobbies.
That is hilarious.
Well, hello and welcome back to another episode of Chicks in Construction. I'm your host, Mikki Paradise, and we have a very special co-host. Jess is on vacation, so please allow me to introduce
Hailey.
This is Hailey. we talked about that a little bit before we got into it, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't do great at giving good instructions. So she did the best she could, and it's partially my fault, partially to mostly my fault. So as I said, Jess is on vacation. She's cruising, living her best life, but she's doing a fancy cruise. She's cruising through Europe. Pinkies up. It's a whole situation. If you follow Brick by Brick Media, which is her social media company, you will see the amazing scenery in which, like, she's in places that you're like, that's not real. It only exists in books.
Right.
So I am very jealous of the level to which she vacations. She also takes both of her children with her, which is real overwhelming.
Yeah. I think the biggest vacations we do is camping.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
Yeah. No, I do like a vacation. The thought, I don't have kids, and Jess is like the kids. She's the mom, and I'm the non-breeder.
Right.
I'm just like, I got these dogs. But whenever, like, she's like, and they travel all over the world. Like, I think last year they went to Spain. They've been to Paris, like, and she takes her kids with her every time. And to me, every time I hear it, it makes me have heartburn. I'm just like, oh God, that much packing, that much responsibility. Oh my God, it's so much. So
it's challenging traveling with kids. I have two.
Oh God, it's a lot. That's a lot. My husband's like, making 2 kids is not at all a lot. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. Yet I have 4 dogs, which is insane. Like, one of them is a 200-pound English Mastiff, which is just a real life choice. You have to just not ever care about retiring because you're going to spend all of your money on this dog, guaranteed. He's in physical therapy because why would he not need physical therapy? And then I have a pocket bully and then two little mutts we found on the side of the road. So, like, 4 dogs is a crazy life choice.
Yeah, we have 3.
You have 3 dogs and 2 kids is cheers to you. Yeah. Because there's no chance.
There's cleaning the house every day.
Oh God.
Every day.
No, I'm not built for that. I'm not built for cleaning. Our audience knows that, like, I am the very low functioning adult in the duo of the Chicks in Construction. Yeah. Like, Jess is on top of it. She keeps a clean house. And I'm just like, listen, when the cleaning like comes, when the house gets clean, that's it. So, again, I'm not suitable for adult life, even though here I am. Right. I do pay my taxes. So, to our amazing audience, I don't know if you guys remember. I do. It lives rent-free in my head. That one time we had a plumber on the show. And listen, we got some feedback. It wasn't wrong. We may or may not have not allowed that poor plumber to get a word in edgewise. We did ask her back on the show, and she declined, which is fair. But we still wanted to give you, the audience, an opportunity to have a plumber on the show that I actually allowed to talk. So, guys, I have a script, okay? We have a script. We have questions. I am going to do my job this time for real. So, we're referring to the script. So, how did you get into plumbing, and how long ago was that?
So, 14 years ago.
Amazing.
And my stepdad is a plumber.
Okay, love that.
Yeah, so it took a while to convince him. that I was worthy enough.
Of course it did, because vaginas.
Yes.
How
so
dare they do plumbing?
At first, he told me I wasn't cut out for it.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Was there a reason?
Not
just
that I was
because you had boobs?
Yeah. Yep.
Those don't fit when you have to dig.
Right. They don't fit in meter boxes.
It's facts.
And a bunch of people were stealing from him.
Oh.
Yeah, so he was like, I know you won't steal from me. Do you want to come work for me? And I'm like, yeah, sure.
Man, that is so common as to how women actually ended up in the trades. Like when a family member was just like, well, she's not going to be good at plumbing, but at least she won't steal from me. Right. It's like, cool. Yep. I guess I'll take it however I can get it.
Yeah. Yep. And then he ended up firing everyone that he had.
Because you outperformed everyone that he had, because women are actually very well suited for the trades.
Yep, got rid of all of his other trucks, kept my truck, and I pretty much ran the show for, 10, 11 years?
Was there anything about plumbing? Like, what was it that said, like, I want to be a plumber?
Well, I was good in school, but I didn't want to go for any longer.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm like,
I tell everybody that, like, if you don't know what you want to do, go to the trades.
Well, so I originally was going to college for physical therapy.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm over this.
Yeah. I'm
over going to school.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just done.
I have reoccurring nightmares about college.
Yeah.
about not turning in an assignment or missing a final exam. Yeah. Like I'll wake up and be like, oh my God. And I'm like, wait, no, I graduated. It's fine. That shit lives rent free in my head. So, next question. I'm following the questions, guys. I'm doing good. What is it like being one of the few women that work in the field?
So when I first started, I feel like it was a little tough, because everyone's like,
dumb girls, what do they know about plumbing?
You need to send someone else over here and this and that.
Yeah.
So it hurt my feelings a little bit.
Oh, hell yeah.
But now I'm just like,
whatever, dummies.
Yeah. Give me 15 minutes and you'll see why I'm
exactly.
Here.
I had a drywall, or the owner of a drywall company refused to pay the same amount because this guy paid per board to the women than he would pay to the men, because he said there was no way that women could work as fast as men. And I was like, we're actually gonna go find another drywall. Oh, sorry. You should probably bleep that out. This is what happens when I'm around other contractors. Yeah, I was like, we're not a good fit. If he genuinely, and what was funny is how people say things and you're like, oh, I'm just kidding. He was serious. He was not playing around. He was like, no, women don't work as hard as men. They can't work as fast as men. I'm not going to pay them as much per hour or per board. And I was just like, okay, we're just going to leave. That's
a little ballsy to say.
It's 7 different kinds of illegal. But I think that's the thing I love the most about the real bigots in construction is they'll put that in an email.
Yeah.
They don't even pretend to hide or to protect themselves from lawsuits, because they genuinely don't think there's anything wrong with saying, I'm not going to pay a female, it was a finisher, as much as a male finisher. Which, just so you guys know, for the finishing, drywall hanging is, I have had some female drywall hangers. There are very few. So I remember the first drywall hanger I ever had, I probably freaked her out, because I kept I'd go around the corner and be like, oh my God, look at her go. And she was tiny. She was probably Central American, and maybe 5 feet tall. And she was slinging that board like I had never seen in my life. And I probably creeped her out pretty hard, because it was just when you see something you think you'll never see in your life, and you're just like, it's real. So I don't frequently see drywall hangers, because it is extremely heavy, and you have to have a really great grasp on. I mean, if you went to school for physical therapy, you have to have a really great grasp on your body mechanics mechanics in order to be a drywall hanger for a sustained period of time. So it's not super common that we see males in that arena, but female finishers exist. There's quite a good amount of them. Because you don't have to carry the boards around. You're carrying mud. So the finishers are who put the mud. Hangers hang the drywall. Finishers put the drywall mud and they tape the seams to make it all look like one piece to the audience. If you did not know, that is what a finisher is. So she was a finisher and they just refused to pay her the same amount. So we just left. But yeah, like that. A lot of people don't think that is real. And I'm just like, oh no. It absolutely is. I started following this this chick on Instagram. I think it's called her channel is called Build Pretty. And she is a female carpenter, like a master carpenter, and she's super cute. And she like refuses to not be super cute just because she gets judged for being super cute. Right. And she posted this thing about calling it a male dominated industry. And she was like, I would like to change it to being a male populated industry, because the idea that only men are dominating this industry is just not true anymore. Like women are just as good in these trades as men are, which I guarantee you this clip is going to get sent to TikTok to rage bait all of our men that absolutely hate our show because how dare I? But I am now only calling it a male populated industry, not a male dominated industry, because listen, I've watched a lot of men drywall contractors go out of business. Next question. We're going to switch on to, so this section is called Things Homeowners Do That Drive Plumbers Crazy. Which, listen, this is really important. One of the things that we've been trying to do with our audience is, one, help homeowners understand how they can have better experiences with contractors. Because that's the whole point of the show, is to help people stop getting scammed, to have better experiences, to know what's normal, to know what's not, to know how to push back on certain things. Right. But a lot of that is sometimes homeowners are the problem. I know this because I don't work with homeowners, because sometimes homeowners are the problem. Yeah. And I can go work in commercial and work with just general contractors who understand how construction works. Right. And I don't have to deal with it. I don't have the patience for some of the nonsense that homeowners bring to the table. I just don't, because I'm spoiled in the world where everybody knows how construction works. Right. So when somebody chooses to work in the residential industry, they are opening themselves up to homeowners that don't know how the world works, and so kind of finding themselves in situations where they have to educate them. And what we find is some homeowners don't want to be educated. Like they just think that this is how
they know
things
best.
They know best, even though you're the licensed plumber. They're going to tell you how things are going to be, and that's the end of it. So I think that the average of our audience does want to know, okay, what are things that I can do to have a better experience on my end, that I have the control over, that I can change the interaction? Like, so that is kind of where this part of it is focused on, is like, how can we educate homeowners on what not to do when you're dealing with a plumber, when you're dealing with somebody coming into your home? What are the mistakes that you've seen be made? So the first question is, what is the number one mistake homeowners make? And this could be, I guess we'll break it up into two, when dealing with a plumber.
So I would say probably telling the plumber how to do their job.
Okay.
Like how to fix it, what they need to do to fix it.
Yeah, it seems kind of silly.
9 times out of 10, it's what they're saying isn't making any sense.
Well, it's why would you hire a professional if you know how to fix it anyway?
It makes you question yourself. Well, why am I here?
Exactly.
You know,
that makes sense. I'm trying to think. Like I could in one way or the other see myself doing that, because listen, I'm a freaking asshole and I think I know everything. Right. So I'm the first person to be like, no, you need to do it like that. I don't know how many times my husband will be like, will you just stop? I really should. So what are the mistakes that homeowners make what is the biggest DIY fail you see where they have to call you in to fix it?
There's tons. The chemicals, like the drain cleaners, the Drano or the liquid plumber. I cannot stand that stuff. Well, it doesn't work.
Okay.
And then it's just the sink bowls or whatever are just filled up with this stuff.
Oh.
And now I have to drain it out. And it gets on your hands and it eats your skin up, you know. I've seen that stuff harden in the drains.
Get out.
And you have to cut out sections of it.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I don't use it because I read that it was so bad for the environment that like it was just the world's worst thing ever.
Yeah.
So when we have a clog, we'll use one of those
Like little augers.
twisty things.
Yeah.
It's not only like the fancy plumber augers. It's like those little plastic things that probably don't do shit. But it makes me feel like I'm doing something. And also when you have to pull all that hair out of the drain sink is how I die. I was not meant to be a plumber. There's certain things.
When I first started plumbing, I struggled with that.
Oh God.
And I have a very, very weak stomach.
And you're a plumber?
Yeah, I'm fine with it now. But when I first started, if I had to, stick my hands in something gooey, I'm like over there like gagging.
Dying.
Yeah.
I can't even. I have so much respect. So both of my nephews are plumbers. And I have so much respect for them. Because there's just absolutely no, like new construction plumbing, fine. I know there's still some gross stuff that happens in new construction plumbing, but plumbing repairs.
Yeah, services. That's a whole different world. I've been covered.
I can't.
In feces, head to toe.
And that's when my soul would leave my body and I would depart from this earth. Like there's just.
But grease is worse than sewer.
Is it?
Oh my God.
What makes it worse?
It reeks.
Really?
It's so bad. So you can wash, sewer smell off.
Yeah.
Grease, I feel like I smell like it for days.
No.
And your van stinks.
Why does grease? I'm sure there's like a scientific reason why it smells so bad. Is it just because it's rotting?
I don't know. Maybe because like the food.
Yeah.
But like grease traps in commercial kitchens.
That's the worst.
I would rather roll in freaking feces than.
Wow, that is a strong.
Well, you can wash it off. The grease. Oh God, it's so gross.
Well, y'all, this is why you pay a plumber, because they're willing to roll in poop. Okay, like this is why you should respect your local trades.
Right.
So, speaking of grease, what should absolutely never go down a drain?
Well, the only things that should go down a drain, are the 3 P's.
Okay.
Pee, poop, and paper.
Pee, poop, and paper. Okay.
Toilet paper. Water, of course.
Obviously. So does this mean, because I had a friend reach out and was like, hey, do you guys have any of those flushable wipes? And my response was, there is no such thing as a flushable wipe.
No.
So why is that? Why do they claim that things are flushable when they are not?
I think it's just to get you to keep us in business at this point.
Because you're going to need a plumber. So, like, paper towels are okay? No, paper towels are not okay.
No, toilet paper.
Okay, toilet paper. That is it.
That's it.
Okay, so, like, tampons, do not flush your tampons.
Nope, I call those sewer rats.
Sewer rats?
They look like a little sewer rat when they come out.
No! Oh, God, I just died. All right, guys, so pee, poop, toilet paper. That's it. Yep. Now, because I sometimes, listen, I very rarely cook because I am not a domestic goddess. I'm a drywall goddess, and that is it. But every once in a while, I'll try to get the grease to harden and like separate it out. What if you get a little grease down? Should you immediately like hit it with some Dawn? Like, what's the grease trick? Is it just like pray to Jesus, the plumbing gods?
Yeah, you could try the Dawn, but as soon as it hits like the cold water,
it gets,
or it cools down further down the line, it'll start hardening up against the pipe. And
that's when like you have to have your main dug out. So what is have you ever seen the grease truck when it says on the side of like don't dump grease down your pipes, and they're like doing something at the sewer?
they're like big vacuum truck, and they have a built-in jetter. So when you get grease in your sewer lines, you can't just run a drain machine, because the drain machine is only gonna, depending on the size of the machine, like the head, you know, it's like this big. Well, if you have a 4-inch drain line, you're only gonna drill a hole that big through it. So like, you'll get the relief.
Temporarily.
Right.
So then that machine comes in and like blasts it out. So the
jetter is like a pressure washer for your drain line.
Seems expensive.
Yeah,
I don't want that in my life.
Not cheap.
So the next question is, what are people flushing that they shouldn't be? And I feel like the answer is literally anything other than toilet paper and your business.
I've pulled so much out of.
What's the most ridiculous thing you've pulled out?
Gym shorts. It was at a jail. And I'm guessing they probably had an accident in their shorts.
Oh, God. And the only thing to do is just to flush them. Yeah. So when I was in college, I worked at this dive bar. We've talked about this before on the pod, but it was like this little dive bar in 5 Points, which is like a fancy part of Raleigh. It's where all the like 1%ers of Raleigh, like old money Raleigh, their kids would come. And these kids had more money than sense, generational money. And they loved this bar because like it was there. Nobody knew where it was. No, like it would get busy, but it was like busy because it was all the 1%ers kids.
Right.
So every Friday and Saturday night, the plumber had to come out. Because apparently, I did not know this. As much as I try to act like I'm a thug, I don't know the happenings of cocaine. But apparently, they cut cocaine with baby laxatives. So,
oh my gosh.
Every Friday and Saturday night, we'd have to call the plumber out because they would, and then flush their underwear down. I'm just like, get better hobbies.
That is hilarious.
I remember one time the plumber was like, well, I just pulled a pair of Care Bear underpants out. I was just like, how are you going to a club doing cocaine wearing Care Bear underwear? Right? So the plumbers have great stories of the things that you would never believe people would flush.
Oh yeah, especially kids. They'll put anything down
that
there.
Seems like a challenge for a child.
Oh yeah, I've pulled G.I. Joe guys out of the toilet, like they were like playing war on the toilet.
He was like a Navy SEAL.
Yeah. Legos, shampoo bottles.
Shampoo bottles?
Oh yeah. I
want to see the toilet that actually flushes a shampoo bottle.
Well, I couldn't get
That's
it out.
a Kohler commercial.
Yeah, I had to break the back of that because I was like, what in the world is in here?
Wow.
And I was fighting it, and then I ended up pulling the toilet and just snapping the back of the porcelain to see what it was. And it was one of the what is that brand? The fruit something.
It's like herbal essences or something. No,
yeah,
something.
Yeah,
okay, wow. Oh, yeah. I'm impressed it even got it.
Well, they must have shoved it or something.
It had assistance. Section 3: save yourself thousands of dollars. Well, before we get into that, let's talk a little bit. We talked about how you got into plumbing. Let's talk about the plumbing company that you're working with now. Which, side note. Okay. I didn't realize I've worked not with this division, but this family of plumbers. I've worked with them for like a decade. The Caps family is, in my personal opinion, the dynasty of plumbers in North Carolina. They are the elite. I call them the gold standard in plumbing. I've worked with her, one of her employers, Deborah Caps, on I don't even know how many projects. She's a female master plumber. Chef's kiss, okay? Mm-hmm. And let me tell you, she had brothers. And her brothers aren't the master plumber. Deborah's the master plumber. Deborah's boss. She's boss energy. 100%. I'm obsessed.
You could feel the energy change when she walks in.
I'm telling you what, like she is everything. So tell us a little bit about Main Street Plumbing. Like, where do you service? Like, you guys are residential. Like, what?
So we do residential and commercial.
Okay.
Service work, remodels.
Okay.
Pretty much anything.
Okay, so like somebody flushes a G.I. Joe.
Yep.
Okay. And where areas do you service?
God, I feel like it's everywhere. Like an hour in every direction from Fuquay.
Okay.
Essentially.
Okay. So we will link down below some information on how you can find them if you're looking for a plumbing service. I know that Deborah's son runs Main Street. I've worked with Deborah's son on other jobs. I am a jerk. I feel like we all know that. And I will refer to the younger Capses as baby Caps. So there's Chris Caps, which is Deborah's brother, and there's Deborah Cap. Well, she's married, so she's a different last name now. But for me, she'll be Deborah Caps for the rest of my life. So their children's are baby Capses. And I don't think
they're not a Caps.
Even if they're not a Caps, they're a Caps. So yeah, her son is not a Caps. But to me, he is a Caps. He's part of the dynasty. So they all get called baby Caps. 100%. Do they want to punch me in the throat? Absolutely. Do they though? No, because they were raised right. So they're a stand-up family. They're a stand-up company.
Yes.
And all of your plumbing needs, we'll have a little link below to their in the show description. I don't know. Our studio goddess will help us figure out how we will deliver their content and their information to you. That was just a shameless plug. That's not even part of the podcast, but now you know. We want you guys to have great experiences with great plumbers. And I can assure you, if you don't have a great experience, we know who to call. Okay? Deborah Caps. Okay, so what are the biggest plumbing problems homeowners can prevent?
Well, high water pressure can cause loads of issues.
Huh.
Yeah.
High water pressure seems like the thing everybody wants. Like, oh, good water pressure.
Right. So anything over 80 is cause for concern.
And 80 is PSI? Okay. I don't even know what mine is.
So
how do you measure that?
You put a gauge on there.
Okay. Yeah. That's a plumber thing.
Yeah,
you should definitely not do that yourself.
During heating cycles for your water heater.
Yeah.
You can, it could double your water pressure.
Okay. And that's what the tank on top, right, is? Is that what that's for?
Expansion tank
the expansion tank.
Yeah. Yes. So, but if it's not installed right, it serves no purpose.
Interesting. How do you know if it's not installed right?
Well, I guess you probably wouldn't know.
Right.
But you can test them.
Oh, okay.
With like a pressure gauge.
Okay.
Like a bicycle gauge.
Oh.
To see what kind of pressure's in it.
Okay.
But it should match your incoming water pressure.
Okay. And if those two don't, it's not installed right.
Because that expansion has to go somewhere.
Okay.
During the heating cycles, your thermal expansion. Right. And there's a lot of places that don't have the expansion tanks.
Yeah.
Or they're not pre-charged properly. Well, that buildup of pressure has to go somewhere.
So where does it go? That's what causes it to...
Right, you could split water lines. I've seen the back of water heaters open up like a mouth.
Really? And just like water is pouring out.
Think that's you. Your average water heater's 40 to 50 gallons. Shit. And if that's inside of your house, not only do you have the 40 or 50 gallons, you have also the incoming water.
The main is still pumping water. Oh, God. And wow.
Most people don't know where their main shutoff is.
No.
Or it doesn't work.
I haven't heard that one. But I do know that nobody knows where their main water shutoff is.
That's the most important thing.
Okay, so you guys, you have to know where your main water shutoff is.
And that it works.
Yeah, the one, and I know that there are two mains. There's one that is in your house somewhere. It is close to your house. It is connected to your internal plumbing. And then there's one at the water meter. Yep. Now, the water meter, you have to have like a special tool to be able to, it has like a key to like turn that off and on. I'm not saying that we have one, because how would we have one?
But in an emergency.
Because we're not plumbers.
Right.
We have one. Because my husband, he collects what we'd like to call in the house special trash, which is trash that you never know. It might be needed at some point.
I get that.
Yeah. So we have a special trash lifestyle and a special trash shed. And sometimes the special trash shed overflows. So he's like, babe, I found this today on the job, and you never know when you're going to need it. And I'm like, did you just steal a plumber's main key? Yes, he did. Did he do it on purpose? Probably not.
Yeah, but trying to find your meter key in an emergency?
Yeah, seems like a bad idea.
By that time, you got 3 inches of water in your house.
Yeah, so we definitely don't want that. So knowing where your main water shutoff is really important. Having it somewhere that's accessible is really important too.
It's supposed to be.
A lot of these older houses, mine was built in the 50s, and you have to do like an army crawl under the crawl space to get to it. So that's been something on my list of things of like, we need to have our main shutoff moved. And that's something that you guys can do. Is that an expensive thing?
No.
It's not like you're going to break the bank.
No.
So I think it's like a somewhat mostly affordable thing to do. And I think it's one of those things where it's like, it's an unsung underdog of like being able to know and very easily access where your main water shutoff is, helps you prevent there being just like copious amounts of water pouring into your house.
Water's one of the most damaging things that can happen to your house. So it's like, do you want to make, you know, a couple $100 upgrade on your plumbing system to prevent a $15,000
right or more?
Right.
Yeah, especially if you're. I feel like whoever designed hot water heaters being on the top floor or in the attic was a plumber who was like, here's how we make money forever, because your hot water heater is absolutely going to explode.
Right.
And then $90,000 later, your house has to be water remediated. And now all the plumbers get to come back and do even more work. Not to throw shade on plumbers, but it just does not make any sense why a hot water heater is in an attic.
I think it should be required where if a water heater is inside a finished space, there has to be a water alarm.
Yes. So we, this year I bought a short-term rental in Raleigh, and it's a townhouse condo weird. Have you heard of Stanley Martin? It's they're a tract home builder, and it's their design. And so it's basically like we have our townhouse, and then there's a townhouse above us. So it turns into like a condo situation. And our hot water heater is on the second floor. And I immediately went and got the water detector because I was just like, absolutely not. Like this is the stupidest design that there ever has been. And like, so we installed it.
How often do you look at your water heater?
Never.
Right.
I mean, it's like it's in its own like special closet that it's like, don't enter this closet. There's nothing good in here. This is where the goblins live.
The only time you look at it is when you don't have hot water.
Yeah.
And at that time, it's too late.
Straight facts. So one of the things that the previous plumber mentioned, which stirred up a lot of do this if, do this don't, was flushing your water heater. So she was suggesting that you flush your water heater once a year, only if your water heater is new. If it is not new, don't flush it because that could cause more problems. What are your thoughts on that?
So yes, especially like tankless water heaters.
Yeah.
If you haven't flushed it in years, don't call us to come flush it.
Why?
It's not going to fire back up. I'm going to have to take half of it apart, clean everything to get it fired back up.
So that's something that when you get a new hot water heater, that's when you start the flushing process.
Stay on top of it, yeah.
I feel like I've been in construction for 21 years, and I had never heard that until that plumber came on the show.
Years ago, 100% agreed with you.
Yeah.
But they don't make things how they used to.
I know that's
like
right.
I've pulled water heaters out. I think the oldest one I pulled out was from 87.
Shit.
You won't find a new water heater.
Yeah. That lasts that long.
Over 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, 6 to 10 years is.
Do you know what? That is actually a true story. Our house was built, I think it was like the 50s or the 60s, like a split level. And the water heater was original to the house when we bought it. And I think it was after 10 years. So this, 70, no, not that many years, 50 I don't know, a lot of freaking years, 50 plus years old, maybe it was 70-year-old hot water heater worked, and then finally it quit and we had to get a new one, and we've already had to replace the coils. Like we are maintaining that thing constantly.
Now, like the sediment buildup and the water heaters will cause like your heating elements and stuff to go out.
Yeah. See, I wish I had known about this flushing when I got the new one, because now I feel like it's just a bad idea to flush it. Now that on the short-term rental, watch yourself. We're going to be flushing it, because I'm like, no, we're not doing that. Do you guys offer a like a maintenance program at Main Street?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about that, because I feel like this is important.
So our maintenance it's $200, well, $199 a year.
Okay.
And we do 2 visits.
Okay.
The first visit, we'll do like a full home inspection. We'll check like your angle stops, your toilets, your water pressure.
Yeah.
Your hose bibs, see if they're like
My hose
anti-frost
bibs are bad.
and whatnot. And we'll let you know, like, hey, you know, you have a couple angle stops that are, you know, are green or whatever. My big thing is I always look for the supply line, the toilet supply lines that have the plastic nut.
Yeah.
I've seen those fail too many times and flood people's houses.
Ooh.
So I always bring that up to people. But we don't like push the sales on anything we find.
We're just like letting you know.
Yeah, we don't even write it down. We literally just tell them. And then obviously if they like have questions and stuff, you know, obviously we give it to them.
Yeah.
But we're not going to write a bunch of estimates, be like, oh, you need to do all of this.
Okay.
And
do you present it like, hey, listen, these are the things that are happening. These ones are kind of critical. Like, this one will probably result in a flood at some point.
Yes.
Do what you want with it, but we just want you to know.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So, like, we'll tell them, keep an eye on this. This is something you should be concerned about.
Okay.
It's not leaking right now, but I don't know if it's going to leak next week.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
And then our second visit, we'll go through, clean shower heads, clean the lavatory drains, shower drains, like all the hair.
Yeah.
And we'll flush the water heaters.
Oh.
As long as they're
new.
newer.
So I should do that on the short-term rental.
Yes.
Yeah, because at this point, we should not be flushing.
Yeah, and it's even a good idea to change the anoid rod in the water heaters.
What is that?
So it's a rod.
Yeah.
That goes in the top of the water heater.
Okay.
And it helps with corrosion, essentially.
Oh.
So the anoid rod attracts all of like the corrosive minerals in the water to that rod instead of eating at the tank.
Okay, so if you're not in a place where maybe flushing it is a good idea because it hasn't been flushed in a long time, changing that rod. And what is it called again?
It's an anoid rod.
Okay.
Yeah, and so like if you're getting a new water heater, they have these new rods that are electronic.
Oh.
And you don't have to change them out.
Okay.
So it's a higher price up front.
Yeah.
You never have to do it again.
Okay.
But they say it'll extend the life of the water heater to 20 years or more.
Get out of town.
Right.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because like they don't build hot water heaters like that anymore. Right. Like isn't like the expected lifespan of a hot water, it's like 6 years or something like that?
6 to 10 years. Yep.
6 to 10 years. Meanwhile, the one in my house was like 150 years old.
Right.
It went to Jesus's first birthday party. It was invited. It brought him a cup of water and he turned it into wine. Sorry, I make a lot of inappropriate religious references on the show, and that's because we live in the South. So this one is, what are signs that a water heater is about to fail?
They'll make noises.
Okay.
So if your water heater sounds like it's popping popcorn.
Oh.
It's going to go.
I've heard that. I don't know if it was recent, but I definitely remember being like, what's that sound?
Yeah, that's all the sediment on the bottom of the heater just popping.
Oh.
Yeah.
Guys, we heard it here first. So that's like the biggest sign?
Well, and like you'll get rust spots
at
the top, at the nipples.
Okay.
Which that's always a big concern for me when I see that.
Okay.
Because your female adapters or whatever you're using that has threads on it.
Yeah.
That get screwed onto the nipples of the water heater.
Yeah.
They'll corrode and rust. And the water line will actually separate from the water heater.
Oh.
And it'll just be a geyser. I've seen holes go through the drywall from the water just blowing.
Wow, because it had that much pressure.
Yeah.
Wow.
And all it takes is you going down the road to the coffee shop or, you know.
It's never also, or it's absolutely going to happen when you're on vacation.
Well, you should always turn your water off.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
We should always turn your water off. That's why it's important to know where your main is.
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah, if you're going out of town.
That's a level of adulting I do not know anything about.
Yeah, always turn your water off if you're not there.
Like, we're about to go. Well, we're gonna have somebody. I am a very good dog mom, so I can't put my dogs in like in a kennel because we used to foster mastiffs. We've rehabilitated a couple of really aggressive mastiffs. I don't know how I got pigeonholed into that. We really rehabilitated one really aggressive mastiff, and then our names somehow got distributed to the mastiff community as like we're mastiff whisperers. And so we ended up rehabilitating these mastiffs. Wait, I don't even know where I was going with that.
Well, I'm guessing you have dog sitters that come to the house.
Thank you.
Yep.
It's good to have young people around because when my mind decides we're done, she helped me land the plane. So we have pet sitters because with this really aggressive mastiff, we could not leave him with our pet sitter because he did not like people. And our cute little dainty, her name was Bella, and she was probably 5 pounds, and he was 250 pounds of like pure rage. So we had to take him to a kennel. It was so loud. Like, right hand of God, my husband, who is a man of very few words and even less tears, we're driving home after dropping this dog off in this kennel crying. Like, it was so, we're like, we can't believe we had to leave him there. So like, never in all the days of my dog ownership life will I ever take my dogs to a kennel. So we pay an exorbitant amount of money for a pet sitter who stays in the home. So we won't need to turn our water off, but if I did not have dogs and had no reason to keep the water on, I would absolutely go on a 2-week trip with my water not turned off.
Yeah, I've gotten lots of calls about my neighbor's house is flooding. I can't get a hold of him.
Oh, they're my God. Town.
Water pouring out of the front door.
Oh.
And you know what it always is?
What?
Those toilet supply lines.
It's the toilet supply lines. Interesting. Yeah. I will say, too, when we bought our house, it had all Kohler toilets. And I don't know what possessed me to think we needed to change these toilets out. I don't know. I was feeling myself. I was like, whoo, I got new house money. I didn't have money, but it seemed like a great idea to change the toilets. That was one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made. Like,
What'd you put in?
Glacier Bay.
Oh, my God. Oh my God, you should have stuck with the call.
I
know.
You
took out a nice toilet to put the bottom of the barrel.
I know. And so our audience knows about the parts toilet. So we took one, we renovated and we downsized because we had like the most insane amount of bathrooms in it didn't make any sense. It's not a big house, and yet we had like 4 bathrooms and 3 bedrooms, and they weren't half bathrooms. They were just 4 full-blown bathrooms that it didn't make any daggone sense.
A lot of toilets to clean.
It's a lot of toilets. It's just unnecessary. Not all of them were getting used. It was dumb. So we renovated and we removed one of the toilets, and my husband, who is a collector of special trash, kept the toilet. So I discover it out, like hiding behind the special trash shed. And I'm like, baby, why do we have this toilet? He goes, it's the parts toilet. And I was like, what?
Although those parts won't be any good in 6 months.
Well, it was funny because I give him a hard time about the parts toilet, and then 2 weeks later, something breaks on one of our toilets, and he goes to the parts toilet
and robs it
of the piece. And he's like, see? Because the thing about the Glacier Bay is they don't make parts for them. So, and now that's the trap is they're like, oh, upgrade to this new fancier toilet, except for when it breaks, your only solution is to replace the entire toilet. Whereas with Kohler and what is the other brand? Like the Solid brand of toilet.
Like, well, American Standard.
American
Toto.
Standard. Yeah. So those ones, they make parts. But the cheap ones, They're cheap for a reason because they know in like a year you're going to have to buy a new one. And
the flush is terrible.
The flush is terrible.
Yeah.
It is.
The homeowners like to throw that, you know, I can go get the Home Depot special for $80.
And you're like, go ahead. And you'll have to call me back in 6 months to reinstall the new one.
Yep.
Which is, what sucks about that is only plumbers know that that's a thing. So like your average homeowner actually doesn't know why there's such a price difference between a really good toilet and the stuff you can buy at Home Depot.
But, you know, like, at least for me, I'll try and educate them.
Yeah.
You know, but there's so many, like, commission companies.
Yeah.
That has put such a bad taste in homeowners' mouth.
Yes.
That we're just trying to upsell them. We're just trying to do this and we're trying to do that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no. That's not what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
You know? Like, do I want to be your plumber? Sure, but I don't want to see you every 6 months.
Right. You're like, I like you, but not that much.
Right. Well, it feels like I'm not doing my job, you know?
100% you're not. Like, that's the thing is, like, that's part of why this show exists, because so many people have such bad experiences with any portion of construction. It's like this, it's unfair to homeowners because we don't know what we don't know. And so we're relying on professionals coming into our house. And unfortunately, the people who make all the money make more money have figured out that homeowners don't know any better. So you can tell them whatever you want.
Or scare them into it.
And scare them in this. We talk about the fear tactics all the time. People putting pressure on you that, if you don't make this decision right now, your entire house is going to fill with water. And it's something that's really expensive and a lot of times isn't actually necessary. Right. And so that is a huge thing that we see happen time and time again, is just the fear tactics and the, we're going to take advantage of you because you don't know any better.
Right.
And so I think what it puts is like this lack of trust in the tradespeople. And it really takes a tradesperson being like, listen, this is a $5 part. I'm not going to sell you a $300 toilet or my nephew owns an HVAC company and he used to work for one of the big brands and he kept getting in trouble because it was their motto to sell people new units when they had a $5 fix. Right. And so he would just do the $5 fix and then he'd get in trouble from, the main office because it was an opportunity for them to screw somebody out of money. Right. So he ended up starting his own company. Because he was just like, I'm not doing that. He will actually walk people through. Like if somebody calls and they're having a problem and he knows that it's just the thermostat settings, he'll be like, he'll take time out his day, this owner of this multi-million-dollar HVAC company, and just troubleshoot you. Right. And then all of a sudden, and he doesn't charge you. Because we're working class people and we want to help working class people to be able to feed their kids. Right. So of course, I'm happy to help you. And the hope is, if you're honest with me and you help me, then when you actually do have something that's going to require a fee, you'll call me back. Right. I just feel like that part of being a tradesperson and trade work has gotten a little fuzzy.
Yeah, well, I feel like a lot of companies, they want to push that highest ticket sale. Yeah. And like scare them into, you have to just make the full replacement or whatever. Right. When you should really just give them options. Yeah. And let them make the decision. Fix this and it might last another 6 months. Right. Because I grew up in like a pretty extreme poverty. So we were below the poverty line for the majority of my life. I was raised by a single mom and she had 3 kids. Struggled with consistent employment. And it like when you're in a position like that, something like a flat tire means you're not going to be able to feed your kids that week. And so I remember people kind of giving her options of like, hey, because like our car used to break down all the time and we had this really great mechanic that genuinely helped us survive life because he would do little fixes for her and be like, hey, this is only going to probably hold it over for like a couple of weeks, but it will get you through to that next paycheck. It's like giving people options of like, hey, your whatever is failing. We can do this fix. It might last 6 weeks. You need to know that it might not, but like if you're that in a position where this is the only amount of money you have, here is the option.
here's the better option,
right.
but I want to give you the Band-Aid fix.
Right.
Because you might not be able to, and I think the integration of financing that companies have available to offer people is a little bit tricky too.
Yeah.
Because even if they don't have the money, like, oh, well, if you can apply to credit, and it's like, that's great, except for then when that person, they didn't have the money for it in the first place.
Right.
Then they can't, that's another bill they can't pay. It's another bill that they're going to have to figure out how to make that payment. So I think it's great in certain situations where it's like, listen, if we don't fix this, your house is going to flood and that's going to cost you even more money.
Right, right.
But certain things, I don't know, it's tricky.
Yeah, you have to weigh it out. You know, you don't want to throw good money at bad.
That's a really good, and that is true. And I can see how that's a big thing. So what are the biggest plumbing shortcuts you've seen builders take?
Well, builders, everyth's code minimum.
Yeah,
you know,
code minimum. So, and when she says code minimum, it meaning the bare minimum to pass the code. They're not going above and beyond. Yeah. They're not saying, hey, the code is this, but I actually think we should do a little bit better. They're like, oh, if it will pass code, do it exactly that way.
Yes.
Just so you guys know.
Yep. So on the service side of things, it could make it a little difficult. Yeah. You know, when you have back-to-back drains, you know, and there's a cross used and...
A cross used?
Yeah. So like the drains will be back to back or side by side, so they come in at the same point.
Okay, so they're routed into the same
same line.
Okay.
So if that drain ever gets clogged,
the
only way to snake that is either cut open the wall and add a clean out, or you get on the roof.
Oh God.
And go down the vent.
Okay.
So stuff like that can get a little aggravating.
Yeah.
You know?
So they're basically like not making sure that every drain is vented properly. They're getting away with
it's vented properly. It's just that it's difficult to service it. So like on a cross, you can't just send. You can't. Well, you can, but it's very difficult to get your snake to drop down.
Okay.
So you'll put the snake in one sink and you'll pop right back out into the other one instead of going down
into where the clog is. Oh, okay.
Or like the cheap supply lines. I've seen a lot of builders use those where it's a plastic angle stop.
Okay. As opposed to what is the ideal?
Like a brass.
A brass, okay.
Yeah. And they'll use a built-in supply line.
Oh, so it can't be changed.
Yeah, you have to change everything.
Oh.
They've literally seen last a year.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
I can see that happening. So what is... One of the things that Jess's husband is adorable. He has absolutely no DIY skill, but he tries real hard and frequently lands Jess in a situation where she needs a plumber. So we struggle with telling homeowners what is a safe DIY and what is something that you should just call the plumber for. The last plumber basically said, don't do anything yourself. Call a plumber to literally change out your shower head, to change out your faucet, to call a plumber. Do you agree, or do you think there are some things that you can DIY yourself?
No, I think there are some things, like a flapper.
What's a flapper?
On the toilet.
Okay.
Don't call a plumber. If you want just the flapper changed out, don't call a plumber.
Okay, so just do that yourself.
One, if it's a decent plumber, they're not going to replace just the flapper.
Okay.
I know I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I've put a warranty on it. I don't want you calling in 2 weeks upset with me because something else on the toilet's leaking. Yeah. But you think I touched it, you know.
Yeah.
You just do the flapper. They're super easy.
Yeah.
You know,
you can find a YouTube video.
Home Depot sells every flapper.
True story.
You know.
Yeah.
So that one's definitely safe to do. And I would even say like cleaning out your aerators on your faucets.
Yeah, so the little thing that screws off and on.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're like, don't change your faucets. Don't change your shower heads.
Shower heads are probably fine as long as you're not messing with the shower arm.
Okay. And the shower arm is the turny-offy thing?
No, there's like a finished piece of pipe.
Oh, that comes out.
Yeah, it comes out of the tile.
Okay.
Yeah.
So don't mess with that. Okay, so you can change your shower head, but don't mess with the handle. Don't mess with the faucets. Don't mess with any of that.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't.
Okay.
I've seen too many things.
Yeah. I mean, even so, Jess had a situation where Brad changed the faucet, and I guess he over tightened it and cracked it. Yeah. So with caution, you can change your shower head, but don't over tighten it because you might crack it. So it's one of those things where like understanding that water is really damaging and water getting everywhere can cause some major issues in your house. So it's like, how willing are you to roll the dice? I mean, it's hard for us because we've been in construction our whole lives. And so I don't know, there's just a lot. You've seen things done so many times that you're like, you have a level of confidence.
Right.
My husband, he wouldn't call a plumber, even though both my nephews are plumbers. Like, he'll just do it himself because he's seen it done so many times. And he's just that kind of guy. Like, he has that, I don't know what it's called, but like he can see you do something once and then he can do it himself. Yeah. It is the most annoying thing in the world. Because it's just like, how? He's like, I saw the plumber do it on the job site 3 years ago, and it's still there. I don't remember what I had for breakfast this morning. So it's tricky because, like, for us, we can DIY our own house. Like, we can build an entire house. Now, technically, I'm a licensed general contractor, so I actually could do that. But it's different for people in construction. The level of confidence that we have. Yeah. For homeowners, you have to be a little bit tricky, and it's like you have to think about it. Like, if I over tighten the shower head and it explodes and it fills my house with water, am I okay with rolling those dice? So keeping it simple, calling a plumber, when somebody uses you guys as their maintenance and they pay you the $200 a year, is that something where they can call you for things like switching out faucets? Is it like, because I think one of the things that I've recently with the short-term rental, we were talking to one of our neighbors and we had an electrician buddy come out and he installed our electric car charger and he did some other stuff in the house. And our neighbor was saying they were having a really hard time finding anybody to come do the little stuff. And so a lot of feedback that we've gotten is I can't find a plumber who wants to bother with coming out and swapping out my faucet. So they find themselves in a situation where, okay, I hear what you're saying. I want to hire a plumber, but plumbers don't want to mess with swapping out a faucet, which I get, because if you could be making $100,000 on a job versus the $15 or whatever. Right. But if somebody is a member of your maintenance, like, do they get?
Yeah. So, I mean, we do faucet swap outs and I mean, everything and anything we do. And absolutely for our members, we get 15% off of everything.
Oh, okay. So, that's awesome.
But yeah, big or small, we take care of it.
That's awesome. Okay, so that's good to know, guys. Like, if you need somebody, you got it. Okay, so we've been chitty-chatting all the way through this, and I feel like we got to wrap it up so that everybody can get back to doing what they're doing. But listen, I feel like I did better this time. Our plumber got to actually talk about things, so I am considering myself redeemed. So we would love it if you have a plumbing homeowner horror story, if you would go to chicksandconstruction.com and share it. Then now that you've learned all the different things that you've learned about plumbing, and you're going to check out Main Street Plumbing, and if you're local, having them do your plumbing work and take care of flushing your whatevers and maintaining your whoozy whatsits, they've got you covered. We'll put their information in the link down below. Don't forget to check us out on all the social media sites. We are at Chicks in Construction for Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and at Chicks in Construction Podcast on TikTok. And TikTok is where the most spicy comments are found. All right, guys, we love you. We'll see you next time. Bye.